Hello again, all you fans of fossil rocks. I slabbed this the other day and put that video out. This is that giant fossil rock that I found along the Colorado River here in Central Texas. I thought today I would start a video showing the making of a cabochon from this very slab right here. I like this little tortilla profile, so what I'm going to do is get my cabbing template on here and draw out a nice oval around that. Then I'll take it to the trim saw, get it cut, get it dopped, get it on the cabbing machine, and hopefully, when this is all said and done, I'll be able to show you a beautiful shiny cabochon featuring that little ancient tortilla shell. So I'm thinking something about maybe like this. How does that look? So I capture both that profile and the one that's head on right there next to it, with a nice rounded, domed top and a good polish. I think this will look pretty good. What do you think? So I'm gonna get this traced out with my Sharpie and we'll go from there. The high-speed trim saw makes quick work of this slab. I like to cut away as much as I can during this trimming process. That way when I take it over to the wheels on the cabbing machine, it's just a lot easier, it's faster. I don't have to grind away all this excess. Here's the preform all trimmed. Next thing I'll do is I'll get it mounted on a dop stick, take it over to the cabbing machine, and make a cabochon. Hopefully it'll turn out nice and shiny. We'll know here shortly. Our first stop, of course, is this 80 grit wheel. This is where I do all the basic shaping. Afterwards, looking at the stone dry, I want to see a nice dome and an overall decent shape. From there, I go to the 220 grit wheel. This cleans up all the big scratches and fine-tunes the shape. Once again, looking at it dry, I want to see a nice dome and no big scratches. This looks pretty good. Now I'm taking it to the 280 grit soft wheel. Here's where I take care of any faceting that may be on it. Looks good, but still no shine. That'll come next. Now I'm starting with the 600 grit wheel. Here's where a little bit of a shine should start to build. Now you can just see a faint reflection on there. That's a good sign. Next up is this 1200 grit wheel. This is where we should start to see something. Yep, look at that. The shop lights are reflecting nicely. That's always a good sign. Moving on to the 3000 grit wheel. I expect to see a nice polish starting to form now. Yep, that looks good. The reflection's looking nice and tight, very sharp. The next is this wet belt sander. On this I have an 8000 grit belt. Now it's looking really good. It has that distinctive wet look. I like this. But you know what? I think we can do a little bit better. I have a cerium belt. Let's try that. With this 50,000 grit cerium belt, we really make this stone pop. Now check that shine out. That's completely dry. Isn't that beautiful? I really like the way that turned out. Let's bring it inside and take a closer look. The little fossil rock cabochon is finished. What do you think? I think it turned out pretty good. I'm happy with the dome I got on it. I don't normally work with these narrow slabs like this. Mine are normally a little thicker. But in spite of that, I was still able to get a decent dome on there. I think it turned out nice. What do you think? We got our little ancient sea creature in there and some of his buddies with him. I wonder if those guys knew each other millions of years ago and died together. Look at that. Huh. Makes you wonder. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. Be sure and check my other videos for more lapidary type work like this, lots of rock tumbling, all kinds of good stuff. Thanks again.